As the Roaring Twenties reached their end, so did the comfortable lifestyles and wealth many Americans enjoyed in the 1920s. Between 1929 and 1941, the United States entered a period called the Great Depression, with a high unemployment rate and the nation's economy in ruins. What were the causes of the Great Depression? First, there was the stock market crash of 1929, which many people believe was the only cause of the Great Depression. On October 29, 1929, nicknamed Black Tuesday, the stock market crashed, and 2 months later, more than $40 billion was lost. By 1930, the stock market had started to recover, but it was not enough to keep the country out of the Great Depression. Although the stock market crash of 1929 affected the country, there were other reasons for the Great Depression. Next, there were bank failures. By 1933, nearly 11,000 out of 25,000 banks in the United States had failed. At that time, banks did not have insurance, and this resulted in people losing their life savings because the banks did not have the money. The banks that remained in business did not want to loan out the money in case they would not be repaid. And so, people who needed money to pay their debts were often denied. Another cause directly related to money was that people stopped purchasing goods. When people lost their money or had less money to spend, they stopped buying goods and services. A reduction in purchasing led to a reduction in jobs, which led to less money, which continued the cycle. By 1933, 25% of Americans were unemployed. In addition to the country's economic struggles, policies with Europe also affected the economy. In an attempt to generate more money, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff was passed in 1930, with the intent to charge a high tax on European imports. Instead of generating more money for the United States, Europe reduced its trade, which added to the country's money problems. Finally, a drought in the Midwest affected many farmers and homeowners to the point where they could not earn enough money to pay their taxes or debts. Many people lost their homes, farms, and jobs, which contributed to the unemployment rates and economic hardship. There were many causes of the Great Depression, which lasted from 1929 to 1941, when the United States entered World War II.